What's up, everybody? I'm Nick Taylor with the Crafty Gents, and we are in Thunder Bay, Ontario at One Time Brewing Company. And I'm joined by Robert Bell, who's the head brewer and co-owner. What's up, man? This is my first time in Thunder Bay and the first brewery that I've officially been to here. So thank you for having us.
Absolutely, anytime.
We don't have any cans or bottles because this is a brand new spot.
Yep.
New beer. What beer do we have in front of us?
We have a 6.9% New England IPA. It's triple dry hopped and it's going with the name Gold Clouds.
Gold Clouds?
Yep.
Why's that? Is it because it looks like golden cloud?
It's a golden fluffy cloud.
It's very fitting. Very fitting. You try it out?
Cheers.
Cheers. It's excellent. It's right up my alley.
It's light, it's fluffy, it's got a hint of like stone fruit, lots of tropical notes. Yeah.
It is surprisingly light for 6.9%.
Yep.
It's dangerous.
We've gotten really good at hiding alcohol.
Yeah, it's bad. It's like you're smuggling it into my body. I don't even know. Sweet. Well, this is awesome.
Thank you very much.
This is a first for us, given that this is the only brewery we've sat down with who's yet to be open officially. What's that process like of building a brewery?
It's long, it's terrifying. It's the hardest thing I've ever done, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done. We're following a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When do you expect to officially be open?
We're hoping sometime September, potentially October.
Wow. So you have a lot of work to do.
We have a lot of work to do. Contractor should be in here shortly, get everything up to code, get our bar built, get the brew house area built, everything. Get ready to go.
All the fun stuff.
All the fun stuff.
And you have to brew beer as well.
Absolutely, you gotta start building up, stockpiling.
Yeah. It's hard to find information on you guys given that you're so new. One thing we did find though is that you seem to really enjoy trying new beers and like touring around different breweries. So we took it upon ourselves to bring you something from our neck of the woods, which is like Toronto area.
Beautiful.
We brought you, this is, in my opinion, the best that Toronto has to offer, and this is Bloodvar from Blood Brothers.
I love Blood Brothers.
You're a big fan.
Big fan.
Yes. Who isn't,
Thank you
right?
very much.
I feel like they're on the cutting edge in terms of creativity, and their identity is like super unique amongst
Their marketing
craft beer.
is so on point. All of their branding, I love it.
I know, it's like stepping in a different world when you go there. It's awesome. I love it. So anyways, that's from us to you.
Thank you very much.
Hope you enjoy it. I noticed that you really enjoy your beer mail, so I thought it was fitting to bring it to you.
Yep.
But obviously trying new beer and new flavor, new varieties is like a big part of learning about craft beer. When you thought about opening your own spot, is there breweries that you look to for inspiration?
Yeah, we definitely have heroes. There's a couple Canadian ones like, Blood Brothers, Bellwoods, most of the big Southern Ontario guys.
Right.
And a couple out west like Superflux and Boombox. And then our big heroes are mostly some of the hype train US breweries like Other Half, Monkish, The Veil.
Right, the ones we were just talking about them a minute ago, right?
Yeah.
That's great. So is there things that you modeled your, like, I guess your brand, I hate saying that, but like your brand off of, or you just look to them for like creativity and new ideas and things like that?
We just really want to make things that we really like, and we really like what they're doing.
Right.
So
yeah.
we love Thunder Bay, so we want Thunder Bay to have a taste of that, basically.
Right.
We want to bring that here.
So you started brewing beer years ago, right, on your kitchen stove?
Yeah, our first batch was about 5 years ago on my stovetop.
And what made you want to start brewing your own beer?
It just happened on a whim. I was just scrolling around the internet one night and I ended up on a homebrew site somehow. It was Toronto Homebrewing, and I was looking around at the kits and watched a YouTube video or two.
Yeah.
after cooking for numerous years, I'm like, I could do this. So I ordered up a kit and told no one, and then it just showed up one day, and my other half, Sabrina, came home and said, I guess we're brewing beer now.
That's cool. So do you start on extract or all grain?
It was extract on the stovetop.
Yeah. I just did my first batch of that like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's surprisingly not too difficult when you're doing just a quick extract batch on the stovetop.
It's not too hard at all.
It seems really scary at first, and then you get comfortable with the process. And
you do your first one, you're like, why haven't I done this for the last 5 years?
Yeah, when you drink the first results is when you really like,
oh, why I was so nervous. I was like, this is gonna be awful. Yeah, guaranteed. It was all right. It's drinkable. Yeah. Not too bad.
It was a kit beer, it was fine.
So when you think about the beers that you guys want to offer, is there specific styles you want to focus on, or what's the direction in regards to that?
Yeah, we're big on hazy IPAs, big, juicy, soft, low bitterness, opposite West Coast IPAs.
Right.
As well as sours, stouts. We like bigger beers, essentially. With the two other breweries in town are great at what they do, so we're gonna let them do what they do, and we're gonna try and do something different.
Take a different lane?
Yeah.
It's really cool. I really am a big fan of that style as well. And I feel like they're more like catered to like these small batch experimental offerings almost. Is that kind of the idea?
Yeah. So currently we have 10 half barrel fermenters and a half barrel pilot system. We have a 5-barrel full system coming. So when we do a full batch on that, we can split it 10 ways between these fermenters and then do 10 variants of one base beer. So the 10 fermenters, we can dry hop differently. We can put different yeasts in them. We can put different fruits in them. We can have 10 variants off one batch, basically.
That's amazing.
So there's always
constantly rotating. Yeah. That's really cool. It'd definitely be the first of its kind. Is there anything else that you guys are looking to do? I think you mentioned before you were looking to do a barreling program like almost right away, right?
Yeah, since we want to do lambic-esque beers as well instead of just kettle sours, time is definitely involved there. So some of our first brews we do aren't going to get released until probably our first anniversary. We want to do, like a Solera project probably, which is where you pull half the wort or so out of a barrel and then you replace it with fresh wort and let it re-ferment again.
Right. That's really cool. Is that something that you really thrive on? Like you mentioned having, one batch kind of and then separating into 10 different styles, being creative and kind of expanding like flavors and trying out new varieties. Is that something that you really thrive on as a brewer?
Yeah. With the background in kitchen experience, it makes me strive to try these new things. I love flavors. I love just trying new things. So when we get to try new hops, etc., it's always a fun experience. We just ordered our first set of South African hops to try those out.
That's really cool.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. They've been really rare up until now, so we're happy to have gotten our hands on some.
That's sweet. Were you always like that? Like even when you initially started brewing, was there a time do you remember switching from brewing up like traditional styles to being like, let's like forget all this, let's just do something wild?
Yeah, I think we brewed 4 or 5 kits on the stovetop in extract. And then we built the bigger all grain system. And from there it was just trying things out. It was experimental time, research and development time, I always had like a vague idea that I kind of wanted to start a brewery. So it's been research and development this whole time, just trying everything we possibly can.
Right. It's funny that you say that. Like, I feel like a lot of people that are home brewers would sit and be like, how cool would it be if we could have our own brewery? And now you're doing that. How does it feel? Like you mentioned it's terrifying, but are you nervous? Are you excited? I'm
nervous. I'm excited. It's the biggest thing I've ever done, basically. We're not really looking to have children or anything because we're birthing a brewery, so it's gonna consume all of our time and money just the same.
It's crazy. It's kind of cool because like I mentioned, like most people that homebrew, like kind of just bounce the idea off their friends and stuff as they're brewing up together. But actually doing it, something totally different. So it must be pretty exciting. Yeah. Kind of stepping in there. Do you think about like when you're open, like how pumped you'll be? Like I would imagine like every day you'd just be like, I can't wait.
I can't wait. Like I'm more of a back of house person in the restaurant industry, so I like seeing people's reactions to things I've created, which is the best part for me. Is just we'll be sitting behind the bar, tapping you a beer and handing it to you, and just seeing what happens to your face that first sip. Seeing how you react, seeing whether you like it, whether you don't like it, hearing what kind of flavors you pull out of it, because everybody's palate's different. It's always interesting hearing what one person thinks of a beer versus the next, because everybody pulls out different flavors.
Right. And it's actually kind of cool. Like you mentioned that the other breweries do certain offerings and you're not really looking to do what they do. So it's kind of like you'll be the first of your kind in this area. How does it feel to be like trailblazing that avenue for craft beer in Thunder Bay?
It's exciting. We're doing it because we hope it works. Obviously, we wouldn't go down this road if we didn't think it was going to work. There's definitely a demand here. There's lots of people that are ready for hazy IPAs and more offerings than what's currently available.
I feel like that's the trend. That's kind of where it's been going, right? These big hazy, at least for me anyways, like, and I know my friends as well, they're big into these. And like when I see a beer like this, I'm like, I need this in me, right? Like it's awesome.
You see an Instagram photo of big, opaque, orange beer and some sort of weird glass, and just, it's really appealing. And just, I see it and I can picture the flavors that it has already before I drink it. So
yeah, I always find that like, and maybe this, I'm sure this isn't accurate, but I always see this and I'm like, this is just packed with flavor. And when I see something that's like super transparent, I'm like, oh, I feel like there's nothing there. You know what I mean? And so that's how I always think about it.
It's funny how quick we can change our perceptions about things. Because if you would have saw a hazy beer like this 10, 15 years ago, they'd be like, why didn't you?
Have you heard of a filter?
Yeah, why didn't you use clearing agents of any kind? What are you doing? You did it. You fucked up, basically.
Definitely. So we're in this space right now, and it's definitely not, I'm sure, not where you want to be. But can we talk about what you're hoping to deliver with the space, like with the atmosphere when you guys officially open the doors?
Yeah, so we're gonna have just kind of a, fun, inviting place. Everybody's welcome. Lots of interesting people and whatnot, music, games, a little bit of everything. We have a pizza place on the other side of us that'll be catering our floor, so we'll have on-site food as well.
Yeah, that'll kind of set you apart from the other places in the area, right? Being able to serve food.
Yeah.
And that's Fatty's Pizza?
Yes, it is.
It's really cool. So I feel like that kind of speaks to Thunder Bay, and like what Chad's told me about Thunder Bay and what I've learned from other people is just that it's such a local, like supportive community. And two places like that coming together to support one another could not be more Thunder Bay-esque. Is that kind of the idea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big goal eventually when we outgrow here is, build a production facility and then really start to bring that local idea in. We want to do like a cafeteria of sorts where we have little food stalls and we can have local vendors in there, rotate them out and have, just a cafeteria and whatnot. And
cool.
Other little crafty items available from local vendors and whatnot.
Right, just to kind of help support the community.
Yeah, we love where we live and we want to support it as much as it supported us.
Sweet, that's really cool. I'm here all week, but and Chad has a few things planned for me, but I don't know if you have any other suggestions of places that I should go to or have to go to before I leave.
Have to go to Prime Gelato for sure if you've got a sweet tooth.
Actually, Chad's girlfriend MJ mentioned that as well.
Must have. Amazing gelato. Farmhouse Fudge on May Street has amazing bakery items.
This is right up my alley.
It's all sweet.
It's great.
It's great. They're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday. She does baking items and everything too. It's great. Also, Coney Dogs. Can't go wrong with Coney Dogs. Nippers, Coney Island.
Sweet.
Great spot.
Awesome. Wicked. Well, thanks for having us, man. Thanks for letting us sit down with you. It was very short and sweet.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. I'm looking forward to you guys opening, and I'll be back
Thank you very much.
when you guys are open.